Motorcycle brand haters. Why do they hate? Welcome back to the Misplaced Motovlogger. I am Frank, and today I'm asking the question, why are there certain people that hate on other brands of motorcycles? I ride an Indian Scout. It's comfortable. The price was right. It was used. It, had a few thousand miles on it. Close to 5,000, I think it was. Somebody had already paid for all the options and everything. Now that I've owned other brands of motorcycles besides the Indian. I've owned Yamaha, I've owned Kawasaki. Okay, so that's it. Yamaha, Kawasaki, and now the Indian. But on the Indian, I never get any kind of hate. I know I have heard of guys who are your hardcore Harley riders typically, and I'm not hating on Harleys because I like them too. But some guys are, and I think even Harley put this out in an advertisement that, when you grew up you never dreamed of owning a Polaris. Like, okay, yes, so Polaris is the parent company of Indian. It's a brand. But they make a quality bike. When I was riding a Japanese bike, mostly the Yamahas, first one I had was a V-Star 650. And from a distance, if you didn't know any better, you'd think that it might have been a Harley, air-cooled V-twin, boat wheels, and it was a good-looking bike. But then when you get a closer look, you go, oh, why didn't you get a Harley? Well, because this bike was $4,000 and a cheapest Harley. At the time when I got that, it was still a Sportster. I want to say they were probably $7-8 grand at the time. I don't know for sure. I know it was out of my budget at the time. When I got rid of that and I got the other Yamaha, it was a YZF 600, 600R. Like the baby version of the R6 at the time. 2001, 2002, something like that. I think I got it. That bike, you get the typical hate because it was a sport bike, and people that I work with at the time, they were all cruiser Harley guys. So I got a little grief from them. Nothing malicious or anything, but they'd bust your balls about, oh yeah, you should have got a Harley, or that kind of nonsense. But it makes me wonder, why is there sometimes that animosity between brands or styles of bike? You got some sport bike riders that just say guys who ride cruisers aren't real riders. A lot of them are just, they're garage queens that they ride to the bar on Saturday and meet up with their gang, Wild Hogs, which I don't care what anybody says. It was, it was a stupid movie, but it was, mildly amusing. And actually, speaking of Wild Hogs, they kind of address the kind of attitude, that like Ray Liotta's group of guys had, towards these weekend warriors, the dentists out there riding their Harleys. You know what? Big deal. They're out there riding. Motorcycling is for everyone. And alienating people on two wheels is just kind of stupid. Now, if you're on three wheels, okay, sorry, you're gonna get alienated. No, I'm just kidding. There are some guys that go out there on the sport bikes and just give people on two wheels a bad name, and I see it mostly at my work, because They come ripping up Columbus Boulevard in Philadelphia. The guys on the dirt bikes, you know, doing all their hooligan stuff. And they got the police helicopter chasing them. Those guys, they're morons. Eventually those guys might grow out of that though, if they live through it. And when I talk about brand hate or anything, I'm not really talking about brand loyalty, because there's a difference. Loving a particular brand, a motorcycle, say, you know, if you grew up in a family that owned Harleys your whole life, or even, you know, some people come from the generation where they met the nicest people on a Honda, so that's what they ride. I got nothing against Honda. I like them. Good quality bikes. First motorcycle I ever rode was a Honda. I think it was a 1972 CB 350. I'm not even sure. I am right back to almost where I started on this vlog. You know, are there brands that you just don't care for? Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Suzuki. I don't know why. Just like some of their bikes just never really appealed to me. But I don't hate them. I guess it could go back also to the whole Ford, Chevy, and Dodge thing. Either some people are Mopar or no car. Ford, you're first on race day. Or if you're a hater, it's found on road dead. So I guess you could kind of correlate the two. It's kind of similar with that, and that kind of just popped into my head right now about the whole being very similar. And I like this road. Are there any brands out there that you don't like? And what reason? Why don't you like them? Or is it that you don't like, you know, the people that would typically ride these particular bikes? And I gotta figure out where I am. Okay, I know where I am. Yeah, we'll go this way. I guess I really don't have anything else to say on the topic. Well, I guess that's gonna wrap this one up, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you a hater? Or do you just not care? Do you ever get any hate for riding what you ride? Yeah, I'm gonna say, before I close it out, one more thought. Getting hate from people who don't ride is absolutely unacceptable. If you're not out there riding, then you can't have an opinion on the matter. Okay, so that was my little rant about people who don't ride, who always seem to have something to say. All right, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Next time, we will see ya.